Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there in internet land, in the land of the internets and internet land. What is bonking internet? We are back. It is us, the No Skill Boys, with another episode of the No Skill Podcast. We are back again, and today is a very, very, very special one. This podcast, the day that it comes out, the day that you guys are seeing it, marks 2 years of NoSkill Entertainment. 2 very long years of hanging out with these guys, coming to different campsites night after night, and just having fun making content for you guys. So we're gonna start today. We're gonna reminisce. We're gonna talk about some stuff like future plans, where we came from. So hopefully you're down for the ride. But until that point, I will be your host this evening. I am the lovely DJ. And to my left, your right is Brandon.
Oh, what's up? Great to be here.
And then to my right, your left is Mikey.
Sitting here ready. Hi, what's up? Big League Chews loaded and I'm set.
Big League Chew, bro. I remember playing baseball with a mouthful of that, and I thought it was so cool.
Well, I bought a pack of it because I wanted to capture that same feeling when I TPK my D&D party tomorrow. So I'm just pre-gaming right now. It's a true story. That's not a bit.
That was just, for context, his D&D group kind of got wind of some information that they think could happen. For those that don't know, TPK means total party kill. They think that their DM, him, is trying to murder them. He's not trying to murder them.
Not true. I made a trap that was a person-sized bug zapper, and guess who kept running into it? There was no riddles. There was no puzzles. It was don't touch it. That was it. But you know what? Maybe I put the difficulty too high. If I did, that was my bad.
Can I guess who?
Yeah, you can guess.
Dirtle
ate 80% of his life on that bug zapper because
like
it looked cool and shiny, and he thought it was going to be valuable.
But shout out to you, Dirtle. Hopefully, you don't start touching. Rule of thumb for you D&D kids, whether you've been playing forever or you're just now getting into throwing dice. If your DM blatantly tells you don't touch something, don't do it. Okay? That's how you. Easy. That's how you get your intelligence lowered to 1, and then you have to intel save so you don't pass out every fucking 3 seconds during a combat scenario. I forgot how to swing my sword. Apparently, it was wonderful.
We're not there yet, but logistics.
But yes, so 2 years of NoSkill Entertainment. It's actually crazy to think that it's been 2 years. And honestly, doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Like, okay, I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Like, 2 years. Does it feel like it's been 2 years to you, sir?
No, honestly, it didn't even feel like 1 year last time we did an anniversary podcast. It doesn't even feel like it's been 2. To me, it almost feels like it's not even like a year, maybe, for me. It just kind of went by.
We've been having so much fun doing it. We've made a lot of upgrades to actually before I go on down that road. You, sir. But what's running through your mind right now? 2 whole ass years of dealing with us.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like I've known you guys for 2 years. It just feels like every weekend we hop on and I just catch up with the boys to play COD, and every once in a while film something. Like, to put it into years doesn't sound natural. It doesn't feel like we've been grinding. And then I looked and saw we have 244 videos on the channel.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is madness. How have we banged out 244 videos at all, let alone how have we done it in under 2 years?
Yeah.
And the level of progress that we've made in this short amount of time is staggering to even think about. Because I know this before on a podcast previous, where this man during our first year was saying the next milestone that we're going to hit 100 subscribers, and then in this entire year, not only did we meet that goal of getting to our first 100 subscribers, we blew it out of the fucking water. Okay, like 770 from last I checked, 770 of y'all, and that group too that you keep grabbing on the chair.
Yep.
770 y'all is insane. If you were to tell me a year ago on the first year anniversary, hey, by the way, you're gonna hit 777 subscribers in 1 year, I would have like stone cold stuttered you and called you a liar. So it's kind of serene and incredible to think that this is where we are right now. 770, and we're not done.
Mm.
We got a lot more in store, but we'll get into that in a moment. Again, I'm going to take it to my cohorts. 770. What are you making of it?
Well, being the fact that I'm the editor and I made all those videos that's on the channel myself, and the fact that we've gotten this far in such a short amount of time blows my mind, because not many channels that start out not even get to 100 for a long time. Some channels they put up a bunch of videos but never get any attraction, and they just stop and they disappear. This wasn't expected for me. I kind of figured that we would be just doing this for fun. I mean, we still are, very much so. It's all for fun. It's like a hobby for us. But the fact that it got this big in just 2 years kind of just blows my mind, really.
It's insane to think about because, like I've said before, we started off as we're just a bunch of idiots inside an Xbox party that were making each other laugh. And it actually reminds me, Brandon, this actually reminds me of just like a brief little story. So Brandon and I, we've had the thought of starting a YouTube channel for a little while with a different group of friends that we had before we knew Mikey and Mando and all them, called the Jolly Boys. For those that are familiar with the old school chatting app Kick, that's where that got started. And we were going to start a podcast with our buddy Lightning. Lightning, rest in peace, miss your brother every day. And that one didn't get to pan out too well. We kind of had a falling out with one of the other guys in the group. But then,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other one sadly passed away, so everything just kind of fell apart. Everyone went their separate ways.
But we put a video up on our channel. It's older now. If you want to go pay attention to it, us paying homage for our buddy Lightning, because Lightning, we miss you every day, buddy, and we hope you're resting well. But so that fell through. But then who'd have thunk it? A couple years later, we run into Mikey and his brother Adrian and Frazier, all through the guy that we've brought up many times. He's been on the channel a couple of times, Mando. We met them on Warframe on a whim. And meeting up in Warframe, who'd have thunk it, years later, we're in an Xbox Live party. We think we're kind of funny. And somebody, I forgot who, starts tossing around, we should start a YouTube channel. And here we are. It's odd to think about, but now I need to take it to you because I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent. 770. That number is amazing. Your thoughts?
So I got to ask, do you want the full version of that story? Because everything sticks in this noodle. I usually know what I'm talking about.
Please,
yes.
Please, because we suck at remembering details.
Rewind. It's it was midnight my time. Way late for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 o'clock my time.
2 o'clock.
We're in the chat. We're DJ and I are having some fizzy drinks, and we're all shooting the shit. And you two both brought it up because you were frustrated that everything kind of got fizzled out. Issues with life happen, and you understood that. But it was kind of like, all right, what could we do? Where could we go with this? Like, what would it take for it to salvage up with just this much work? And we're all it was Siege, Mando, Fraser, and myself, and we were being a backboard. You guys were spitting ideas, and we're like, all right, cool. Here's a potential solution, and we did that for about 3 hours. And finally, Brandon's like, oh well, if we're gonna do something, we need art. Don't worry, I got a guy. I got a crustacean.
Let's go.
Good old crab.
Air
Good
fried
old
steaks.
crab.
Air
Air
fried
fried
steaks.
steaks. That should be his next tag of anything he uses right there.
We need to just make a T-shirt with a crab that's next to an air fryer for air frying steaks. Just a graphic tee. That'd be amazing.
That'd be dope.
Crab pinching steaks in his pincers.
Air fried.
Anyways, so I said I know crab. You said, all right, cool, fine. I don't think this will go anywhere, but let's just submit it and see how long it takes. Crab got everything done within 72 hours. And I mean everything. The different patterns, the different colors for the mini casts, the ones for the podcast, the banner for the YouTube channel, the different sizes for social media. He did all of it in like 3 days. And that was when you guys said, all right, we have the opportunity. We have people we could work with. Let's just do it. And it steamrolled into this exact moment in time where we have 771 subscribers. Cool people that want to reach out to us and work with us. And even cooler people who subscribe and keep coming back. And yeah, I put the fans a little further up on that board because any content creator needs to understand that you can be as cool as you want, but if no one's watching, you're just a crazy person yelling at a little black box.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. But to be here and to be doing this with you guys, it doesn't feel like any time's passed. This just feels like the weekend routine. We hang out, we BS, we tell stories, we build stuff together, and it's been unbelievably fun. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. And it does take work. I don't want to take that away from anybody in here. To get the scheduling in, to get the editing in, to reshoot, because technology has deleted many of our episodes or good footage or outright entire projects because technology has glitches sometimes. So I'm not taking away from that, but it doesn't feel like I'm over here slaving and grinding against the infinite sea that is the internet, because it is a challenge at times, but it's fun. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy pitching ideas with you guys. The one thing I would change if I could is the time zones. Other than that, everything's great.
Yeah, the time zones definitely make it difficult to get people together a lot of the time.
Actually, not to spoil anything, there's a slight chance I might be moving out back to the West Coast.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting indeed.
But and I feel you on that. I also want to piggyback off of what Brandon said. Of like, well, it still doesn't feel real that there's so many of you that are here hanging out with us, because you guys are fucking awesome, and hopefully you guys are having fun with us. But also going off of what Brandon said, with and Mikey has stated this too. This doesn't feel like work. We're just it like we treat it as if it is, but to us this is just some bros hanging out and doing shit that just happens to be a little red record button in the bottom left. And that's why we don't mind doing this over and over and over again, because it's still just fun. We don't feel like we have to do something or we must do something. The only must that we have is we want to get out one of these talking recordings out to you guys at least once a week, whether it be a tavern talk or a podcast. Because that's how this entire thing got started, was a podcast. We had another one called called the Skill-Based Minicast, but that one kind of fell by the wayside, taken out back and shot, curb stomped, and then replaced with Tavern Talk.
Yeah.
I think it evolved into the Tavern Talk.
Yeah, I think it just became the Tavern Talk at this point, you know?
Oh, yeah. Because it's a similar formula, but we refined it. We made it more personal, made it more presentable.
Yeah, introduced VR chat just the same way as we did with the podcast. And we gave it a theme, the Tavern Talk, so it takes place in bars and taverns, stuff like that.
Gives it a more personal feel. The only thing that I won't say have a gripe with, but I feel bad because that was an entire thumbnail image that Crab made that essentially just went to a trash can after like 2 episodes. So that's
I
about
might
it.
use it. I have a weakness for black and green design, so I might use it for something later.
Oh yeah, the old heads know what we're talking about. And so, like, Crab, I'm sorry that we don't use that anymore. To say sorry, I'll buy you some steaks so you can microwave. Maybe that'll work for you.
He's in Florida right now, so you got to wait a bit.
Oh, then just leave them outside on the concrete. They'll heat up.
It'll cook just fine.
Good, yeah.
Might want to like mop first though, just to be safe. Nobody needs salmonella.
Just don't do it by any water source. You don't want to be stolen by a croc.
No snake back. No steak when you come back.
But now we're gonna, like I just mentioned, the old heads that have been here from the since like the very, very, very beginning. June fucking 15th of 2021. That was the very first episode, the very first video on this channel. Just a couple of bros in a Discord call. Actually, some of us weren't even. It wasn't even a Discord call. We were all on Xbox.
Yeah.
That's how we started. For those that have seen that very first video, the very first episode of the podcast, all of us were in an Xbox Live party, hence why everybody's mic sounded crunchy as shit. Apologies by that, by the way.
Hey.
And this man just hit record on an Elgato, and we just went to town talking about E3. That's crazy. Like, to think we started in an Xbox Live party with one guy having access to recording software. We went from that to this. Dude. Channel. We all have PCs now. We all have microphones. We have a world. We have somebody that actually wants to hang out and partner with us. To hi, W. You're gonna have an ad read later on. Okay. I'm still like pumped and excited. I got a little bit of an adrenaline rush just thinking about that. Like with you, from where we started to where we are now. Can you what do you make of this progress?
I have a weird opinion on it because admittedly I am kind of lazy. I don't edit. I don't upload a lot of the videos. I'm kind of coasting by, but
you give us car content.
I there's some anime stuff in there sometimes, you know.
He's the car guy, by the way. He's the car guy. That's all the car stuff. That's all him.
I also had an idea for a bit where I'm like wrenching on the Chevelle trying to get it to turn over, and I have a body pillow in the driver's seat, and they start the car. I'm workshopping it. I'll take feedback if anybody's got ideas to make that better.
I swear to God, one of you steals that idea, I'm coming for you in Minecraft.
I doubt there's another person out there who has a Bumblebee Chevelle, so we'll know if somebody stole it. And if they do, how do you keep the black nice and clean? Because mine looks scuffed, the paint's faded. Anyways, car shit.
It's like, give me some tips.
Dude, black paint's really hard to take care of. Like, I want it to look showroom quality, and then some days I'm sitting here with a sponge and turtle wax, and I'm just like, it's for the best. I could be here for the next 6 hours.
But I do it all for you.
Exactly. Anyways, it feels very weird, man. I personally have gotten a lot out of this because I got to work with Guard, and that means a lot to me. I think he's a really cool dude, and he makes some really cool stuff. Then meeting Ironcaster and a couple of the other outlandish figures like Arbiter and Table and Ghost and Warfuls. Warfuls is still one of my favorite guests because he's just me, but a JoJo's fan. But
He really loves
it's so cool because these are things I didn't think I'd be able to get to do. We're not just absorbing. I'm not just absorbing the information and like viewing content anymore. I'm active. I'm part of it. Pitching, whether it's pitching ideas, doing recordings like this, or some of my stupid, goofy 30 to 60 second clips that I actually am able to pump out and manage. I love every minute of it. Wouldn't trade it for anything, and it's cool that we're actually like growing now. It was fun when it was 100 or 200 people. Now that we're 3-4 times that and consistently growing, it almost feels like as stupid as it is, it almost feels like the old 2010, 2012 Modern Warfare prestige grind. It's just always something to keep you busy while you're doing what you enjoy.
I felt that.
Right? You know exactly that hit
yeah.
dopamine, that very fine-tuned trickle.
Oh yeah, I felt
yeah.
that. Because it's true, like it's all very fucking true. But now over to you. The progress that we've made in this amount of time. What's running through your head?
Well, it's kind of crazy because this all kind of just started on one day. It was like, because one day I just decided to buy an Elgato and I just started recording clips for like, I don't know, my own personal YouTube channel at the time, which is still fucking there. It hasn't been uploaded anything in like 2 years since we started this, but I literally just started off making little Call of Duty montages, learning how to edit and all that stuff, and that's how it all started. Then the whole Jolly Boy YouTube channel came into an idea phase. It was made but never done anything with. That fell off because everything that happened with that. And then because of I had access to this recording software, all of a sudden the topics of like YouTube ideas or what we should do, and then we decided that, hey, we should just do this together on a podcast because when we started to hang out more with Mikey, Adrian, oops,
you silly.
When we started to hang out with the fuck.
Yeah, this is those technology issues I was mentioning earlier. It happens all the time when you least expect it.
So we started hanging out with Fraser, Adrian, Mikey, and all of them a lot more, and we discovered that one, we meshed well together, and two, we could just talk and just joke around for hours and hours. And they were like, we should do a podcast. And then we just did it one day, right after E3, and then we just talked about the E3 showcase and all that, and that was the first podcast. More. Yeah, exactly. E3 more, and surprisingly, that podcast got some decent views, especially all the people that went back to where it all started and watched all the way through to now, to the present podcast. I appreciate you, every single one of you that did that, because that's awesome. I love people that just love starting from the beginning and going to the present and finding out how the process was done, how everything has improved, because back then the quality was pretty shit.
But we made do with what we had. And what we had was an Xbox Live Party.
Yep, we made do. Those mics were not the best, but we made it work.
Crunchy, bro.
I did my best in editing software to clear it up as much as I could, and here we are now, doing shit in VR chat, recording this through a Discord call just to make audio as best as we can. And man, it's kind of crazy because at first I was the only one with the PC for the longest time. Then it was Mikey, then DJ, then Adrian. Granted, sadly, he cannot be here with us. I would love to see him here. Little gecko on the floor or something. But
then, as of this recording, Fraser just got his PC set up and cleaned out and ready to go. Because for those that don't know, when we could get Fraser in a recording, he wasn't on a PC. He was on a MacBook.
Oh, yeah, they didn't like explode on him one night when we were about to do a recording.
The workload eventually fried it. Yes.
Yeah, it eventually fried his PC, and all he was doing was opening up Discord. Thanks, Discord. You take up way too much RAM, by the way.
He was running Discord, VR chat, and whatever movie he was watching in the background.
I don't think we were doing VR chat at the time.
Especially since a lot of his avatars used up a lot of I don't know the technological term for it, but they were very demanding on anybody's computer because he would go with these grandiose over the top ones. I just go with e-hors. But so ultimately he fried this MacBook, and now he has a PC. It's a pretty decent one, so now he can actually hang out for a little while and not have worry about that one exploding. And I can admit, for the longest time, I didn't have a PC because I didn't feel like I needed one. But then, at one point, you like no, it wasn't you. I forgot who. A bunch of people were like migrating over to PC gaming, and again, I've had my PC for maybe 6 or 7 months, and I started thinking to myself I don't want to have to keep getting the new generation of Xbox because now they're going to cut off making games for the other ones like they're already wanting to do with the original Xbox One because they want everybody to go to the new series. And so I was like, I can't keep shelling out $500-600 for the newest console just that way I can stay up to date with the game. At least if I just go with a brand new PC, if I go with the brand new PC, I can just upgrade the parts. And I'd rather upgrade the parts than the entire console. Yeah. So now I have a PC. And I don't regret it at all. Because now I get to sit out and hang out with these guys. I've managed to get my hands on a microphone and a headset, and here we are.
Not only that, I think the prospect of VR really was like the cherry on top for you. I remember you saying that you wanted to experience more VR with PC.
That was something else I was going to bring up later on, was when we slowly transitioned the podcast from just being a Discord call to this. For those that have been around a while, not all of this was always here. There wasn't a webcam behind us. There wasn't a NoSkill Entertainment sign there and there. Nope, we were in a low-res, low-light campsite that had nothing but a campfire and 4 chairs, and in the back was a beer pong table and a random Jeep. That is where we started because he was the only one recording, and at that point in time, anything too demanding would stress out your PC.
Yeah, and especially at the time, I didn't have the amount of RAM that I had, that I have now. I'm looking to get a better graphics card eventually, but I definitely upgraded my RAM because at the time I was going off at 16 megabytes, and for those who know, editing software tends to have a harder time with low RAM, and I definitely needed to upgrade it because I was running the risks of getting video files corrupted and stuff, so I needed better RAM.
And that's a scary thought to think. Sorry, I'm eating tacos. And that's a scary thought to think because this has actually happened to us many a times where because he couldn't edit properly, we've lost whole ass episodes of gameplay. We've lost whole ass podcasts.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I forgot which podcast it was, but we were still using the lo-fi campfire world. For those that remember, shout out to you. His audio defaulted back to his microphone that was across the fucking room.
Yeah, so all you heard was basically what sounded like me being far as hell away from my microphone the whole podcast. And I had to go and try and just split the audio where there was just me and turn myself up as much as I could. It sounded horrible, but you can hear me. Kinda. So that was the whole podcast. We still used it. Thankfully, I was able to salvage, but my audio was really bad.
But that was one of the things where Brandon came forward and he said, "Bad news, guys. My audio is fucked in this. Do we scrap it?" And we all were like, "We can't keep scrapping because something happened. Just put it up there and fuck it, dude." Because a lot of technical issues happen when you're doing any sort of recording. And hell, there's a tavern talk that you guys will never see because his OBS decided to give us the middle finger. It was great. Definitely not sorry about that.
Yeah, the file got corrupted.
Yep.
When in the middle of, like, as soon as I hit end recording, gone. It wasn't there. I don't know where the fuck it went. It literally was just a file of a blank space, nothing on it. I don't know.
Because it's quite frustrating about the things like that happen. Because so on top of, like, the scheduling and everything, is as the guy that lives on the East Coast, I end up having to stay up the latest for recordings or anything. I'm willing to do that. I don't care. These are my boys, and I want to hang out with them. So I'm going to do it regardless. But on top of all the scheduling, then there's kind of like what we had to get this recording off the ground. This man's headset is being a little finicky fucky and draining his battery too fast. And then VR chat was just fucking us. I couldn't connect to him, he couldn't connect to him, and he couldn't connect to me.
Yeah.
But we found a way to make everything work. Now we are here, but then there's the other side of that whole recording aspect of, okay, now will OBS want to say fuck you? Will an Elgato want to say fuck you? Is he randomly going to drop? Am I randomly going to drop, which has happened before? Is he randomly going to drop? God, we hope not. He's recording. Which has happened before where you dropped and we had to start a recording all the way over. Then there's this man dropped twice in a recording, and the special guest we had on, again, you're never going to see that one, sadly, ran out of time and she had to leave.
Wasn't that also the same one that I dropped and I ended up not having internet for almost 2 weeks?
Yeah, that was a pain for 2 weeks, by the way.
Yeah, that sucked.
I think it was during that 2 weeks that you didn't have internet that I was like, okay, let me download OBS and let me figure out how to record so that way if you're gonna be blackout for a little while, I can at least pick up the slack.
Yeah, that's when I was like, yo, you guys need to get OBS going and just do a podcast without me.
Boo.
But luckily we made it work, and this is the hazard. It's not meant to like be all like whiny or anything, but these are the hazards of recordings. Like, especially when you get into any sort of content creation, mishaps are going to happen, and you need to be wary of that. You need to be able to roll with the punches because they're going to happen, and they're going to happen often. Every now and again, do you guys see my head randomly do this? I'm lifting up my headset to make sure OBS hasn't crashed because it's done that to me before. So just a little heads up, just some little tips and tricks. If you ever want to get into content creation, it's going to be stressful, but again, we love what we're doing, so we make it work. Now, I want to take a trip down memory lane, fellas.
All right.
One by one, I want you boys to tell me, A, your fondest memory of this channel thus far to date, and your not so fondest memory. Like, what's an instance that you're just like, God, why is this happening? So we'll start with the not so fond one and then go into the fond one so we end on a lighter note. Mr. Brandon, what mishap? What fuckery? What abhorrency? What new stick out to you?
I think my biggest mishap, I guess, that I can remember is what we just talked about. The one where we were in mid-podcast, we had Kit Kiba on, and my internet just dies on me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can just go restart the router, and everything will be fine. I'll get back on, and we'll just continue where we left off. No. It was gone for like 2 weeks. So, in that time, when thankfully I had work to keep my mind busy, because holy crap, I was going to be bored out of my mind. I couldn't upload, I couldn't do anything. So it's like, I had videos edited and ready to go because I can still edit even without internet, but I couldn't upload them. So I literally just sat on videos until I was able to upload anything.
And again, it's understandable. It goes back to the mishaps that happen when it comes to VR, and always Trust me. Once you have the ability to roll with the punches, you'll be amazed at what you can conquer and get through when it comes to content creation. Now it's just a matter of, do you have it up here? And now taking it over to you, Mean and Green. Not so fond memory. What in our past in these last 2 years has stuck out to you where you're just like, God, why the fuck did that have to happen?
Oh, if I get to sit down and think about it, probably the 2 month span at the beginning of this year where I was just sick consistently. I'd show up to episodes just hacking and wheezing. I'd be muted a third of the time because I didn't want to interrupt anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to sit on the couch and just miss hella content and like miss hella conversations because I do enjoy doing this. But that was like rough, man. I'm pretty sure my voice changed a little bit after that for just how tore up it got. But that one was, it was like the first 2 months of this year. I don't know what it was, and I was just deathly sick.
Even deathly sick, this man still wanted to be a part of these recordings. You know why? Because he loves you people. Okay.
As long as I could talk, I'm good. There was only a few times where I had to be like, okay, tried to walk to the PC and I ran into the door, couldn't see it was closed. I guess it's time to go back to bed.
Like, nope, it's Excedrin in bed. Good night.
Just feet kicked up and watching the Orville for about 6 hours. Yeah,
oh, God.
one of those
That's
days.
Still going?
No, it's not. It got canceled. I just like watching it.
Okay. I was about to
sick
be
day
like,
show.
Fallon got away with it that long? Jesus.
He needed more.
More! More! Well, I think what it sounds superficial because especially with him being sick and his without internet, one of the memories where I'm like, okay, we definitely could have done this differently. For me is, even though I think the video is still fucking hilarious, the Cards Against Humanity video where there's 8 of us and we're not doing it in Discord. It's all proximity.
Oh my god, I hated that.
It's just a learning lesson.
It was a lesson, yeah, but god damn it. And when I was editing that, I was like, oh, I wish we did something different.
Because like it immediately went straight to proxy, so now the people that are standing away from him, like on the opposite end, he can't hear. And then if he swaps to a different camera, whoever's adjacent from that camera, he can't hear. So if he's like, if you were doing the spectating behind Dirtle, he couldn't hear Mikey, who was across, or me, who was next to him. And so that ultimately this man, for those that have seen the video, if you haven't seen the video, I recommend going and watching it because it's still a pretty fun video. It's Cards Against Humanity. Come on. He just said, fuck it and fuck these cameras, and he just went with the first person view.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, he's just gonna have to really turn up desktop audio to hear whoever's across the way, and then immediately turn it back down when it gets to me or whoever was next to him.
I wish I could show you the editing process. Sadly, that file's gone because Adobe has updated since then, and I'd probably have to update the file or something. I don't know, but the editing process I did with that audio was such a fucking mess. You'd see them cut in so many places, and some files are turned up, some files are turned down, some files I had to put on like amplifying effects. Oh, it's just so many little audio tweaks I had to do to make everyone at least you could hear them, that they're audible. It was such a pain. I hated it, editing it. The final product I'm happy with, and I'm glad that it did as well as it did, but fuck me, dude. I was stressing. It took me like 3 days to edit that bullshit without like 6 to 7 hours each. And I even thought about adding text, and after that, I was like, "Fuck this! No, I'm good."
Yeah, if I were you, Brandon has said this a couple of times to us before. When it comes to, especially with me, I have a very sharp voice, but then I also tend to talk really fast. And Brandon has sent me many messages, just like, "I am not subtitling all of this. Talk louder." I'm like, "Yes, sir, you got it."
Dude, you guys don't understand. Some of these YouTube videos, dude, DJ, his mouth can fire. trying to subtitle that bullshit.
I'm ethnic, and I listen to fast rap. High Tech 9.
It's great. It's funny, but God, I wanted to kill him sometimes when I was subtitling these videos. That's why
Just
there's a
muttering
lot.
under his breath. He's just like, chingue su madre.
That's why when it comes to subtitling, I leave it for short like videos, that stuff like that. And long videos, I tend to not do subtitles. Maybe every once in a while I'll put in like some here and there for like comedic effect, something that's funny. But other than that, I keep it for short videos. It just makes it a lot easier.
Oh yeah. But again, I still find the video entertaining and funny. It was just, that was one of those, we definitely could have gone about this better. But it was also something we kind of did on the fly. It was like us, and then Dirtle was willing to come on, and then two other people who aren't even content creators, his friends, fucking Mando and Mando's roommate were willing to come on and be a part of a recording. They could have easily middle fingered us.
He's got a name.
Huh?
He's got a name.
It's Marlon, bro.
Mando?
Mando's roommate.
Mando's roommate. It's Marlon.
I was sorry. That just took me back to the days of everybody referring to Siegelin as Mikey's little brother.
Well, because at that time I didn't really know him, so I was just like, your little brother. I still call him your little brother when he's not around.
No, but he's a grown-ass adult, and our friends will walk up and they'll give him a hug, and they're like, yo, little brother, I ain't seen you in like months, man.
Oh, that would be fucking annoying. I
Yeah. That's some fuck shit.
By the way, I also definitely...
Huh? No, continue.
I was about to say, I also definitely want to do another Cards Against Humanity video, whether it be in VR or the website, because I found another website that's doing Cards Against Humanity.
Well, maybe. YouTube has been hunkering down on Cards Against Humanity lately. We'll see.
The website that I found, you can actually modify it to where it can be as tame as it needs to be. So we can keep it edgy, but not dirty.
Boo.
No, it gives us the power. What do you mean, boo?
I'll put my finger in your mouth.
Okay.
Silence.
Silence.
All right. But now, but so I definitely think that we could do that, especially like we've all said the whole idea of every single card is just a write-in card, and we're all a bunch of degenerates, but we know how to toe the line, so I think it'd be fun. And then Dirtle, Benny, Jose, Mando, Marlon, Uno, Showdown, Rematch, even Rakdos, kinda. That man scares
Rakdos, you gotta stop calling during D&D, please.
Like,
every Monday, like clockwork. 7:70 or 7:55 exactly. Oh, there's Rakdos.
Calling me once again.
I remember the fucking was it the Uno video where he was constantly calling Dirtle?
Yeah,
he was calling mid video.
He was
hey,
calling
what you got in your hand?
He was calling me a video because Dirtle was streaming it, and we were trying to invite him to get him into the game. And instead of getting into the game, he was just calling Dirtle.
Oh yeah, then the fucking the podcast we did with Dirtle, and Rakdos wanted in.
We're like, no, fuck you. Love you really, Rakdos. Use command Rakdos in chat. Just an FYI.
Still
you really want to
do command NoSkill. What happened with that?
I keep asking Dirtle, hey, when can we get this going? Okay, and then he leaves.
What was command NoSkill supposed to be again? I totally forgot.
You screaming something?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to scream "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" and I did submit one video, but then I didn't know that the song "Caramel Dancing" was that copywritten.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the most famous songs on the internet.
Yeah.
I think we can get away with it. I think Dirtle will be able to get away with it.
Are you willing to risk Dirtle's account?
It's less than 2 seconds of one word.
People have gone copyright stricken for 1 second.
I know that, but I'm saying like maybe because the song is that fucking old, maybe nobody will fucking care. Maybe.
There's no way.
There's no way. It's still a relevant meme. People still meme it.
Then I could always do another recording, especially since I have a webcam now. I could always just do something stupid, like put on a beer box cowboy hat and my deal with the glasses, and then yell into my microphone. And hopefully I don't peek it and break it. So that's always an option too. But yeah, so Command No Skill will be coming soon. Look forward to that. Everybody in Dirtle Kingdom. It's definitely not going to get annoying. And again, if you want to get on Dirtle's good side, spam Command Rakdos. Love you. Now, before we get into fond memories, it is that time. It is that time. You know that time. You love that time. You know what time that is? It is ad read time. Yes. So, we're going to take a short commercial break and we're going to pass it over to our partner, Dubby, who's sitting down there in that chair over there. Take it away, other me. Hi, guys. It's me, DJ. I just wanted to take this time to remind you guys once again about our partnership with Dubby. If you want to change the way you game, Dubby is the way. Now head on over to dubby.gg and use our code NSE for 10% off your total order. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Hey, everybody out there on the internet. NoSkill Mike here to invite you personally to our NoSkill Discord server. In the description below, in the link tree, easy access to all the fun, music, and other entertaining things we share and interact with the community on every single day. So hopefully I'll see you there or somewhere out here in this big, wonderful world.
And we are back. We are back. Thank you once again for Dubby for hanging out with us. You are beautiful, you are lovely, and I hope your pancakes are super buttery and smooth. Also, as you saw afterwards, join the Discord. We're kind of fun dudes. We think so anyway. Come on down and drop some memes and listen to some music with us. Okay? Now, moving forward, we talked about our most unfondest memories of this channel thus far. Now we're going to switch it over onto the good foot. And we're going to talk about our favorite memories. We're going to go dive down memory lane of the good times and the good things that we have seen. Now, I started with you over there, but now I'm going to start with you over here.
Meh.
Unless you need a moment to think.
No, I'm good. I got everything out of my eye. I'm set.
I was about to say, what is your fondest memory / memories of this channel thus far?
There's a lot of cool stuff. Working with Guard was a really cool moment. Doing crazy stuff with you guys and my brother is always a great time. I gotta say, just for purely sentimental reasons, being able to do stuff with Mando and Marlon was really cool because, yeah, Siege and Adrian, I love doing the Siege and Frazier. I love doing stuff with them, but they're also part of this. When I get to do stuff with my IRL friends that lets us like make cool shit and like have fun and really, we've been doing throwbacks and like really enjoying making references to our own stuff. I don't know. There's something really fun about it because when you're young, you're always like, yeah, we could do that. But how many people realistically get up, make a... Man, how many episodes do we have? Like 50?
This would be 51.
Like that?
This would be number
51. Make a 51 episode series with throwbacks that you could do with some of your oldest friends. Like, I don't know. There's something really special about that to me.
Oh, yeah, because we've had Dirtle on for a podcast and a couple recordings, Mando on for a wrestling podcast and a couple recordings. And it just still doesn't feel like work. It feels like just the bros hanging out with the bros.
100%. And it's just fun. It's this cool little, like, almost sweet part of this where it's like really wholesome where I get to do stuff with my friends and enjoy it and appreciate it. And right now, the stuff we do that's a little more organized, like, all right, let's get this idea, let's get this concept. It's still routine versus whenever we get those shitters on here and it's a free-for-all scramble of who's going to say the next dumb thing.
And usually it's, especially if the gauntlet of bros, it's Dirtle or Mando. Whether it be Mando doxing Dirtle or Dirtle's were comment, you know.
Or Dirtle clogging the Mando's toilet.
Oh yeah, that one's better.
You just hear Mando across the table. This is in that Cards Against Humanity video. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Fuck you up.
Oh, he clogged the shit out of that toilet, for lack of a better phrase.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that's been a gem to me.
But it's fun though. not clogging people's toilets. If somebody comes over to my house and clogs my toilet, then you are liably in danger of having something thrown at you. What that something is, I don't know yet until I find out. It's in my hand. So don't clog my toilet. Okay, moving on. Brandon.
Oh man.
Your favorite memories, your fondest memories or memory of this channel.
Well, one, memories. That's always nice. But
Memory.
It
sounds like memories.
All right.
That's tits. These.
Anyways, there's so many. For one, I wanted to shout out Guard Beardia because God, him giving us the time of day and being on what I think it was his first podcast.
His first podcast back. Well, it was like his first podcast back after he said, "I'm gonna do me," and if anybody wants to come on, that's no holds barred. Come on over here. He got tired of people being not PC friendly, brand friendly.
So he gave us the time of day, and I'd say we delivered, man, because we went on to go on for like another one or like 2 or 3. I forget how many we'd done.
We had an open invitation to just come on whenever we want to.
Yeah, we made that good of an impression. And honestly, he was an amazing guy. I didn't really know him up until Mikey told us about him. Hey, I'm not in that scene like you guys. I didn't.
I'm not in that scene. Said the dragon to the Monster Girl Hunter collector.
As soon as I saw the maid range day, I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he loves when people bring that up.
Oh yeah, now he does.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I brought it up like 2 or 3 times.
He also loves centaurs, don't you know?
Yes. Real talk though, he was actually really quite handsome. Garden. Just want you to know that.
But anyways, yeah, that's a great experience for me because one, he's a much bigger YouTuber than us at the time. We were like what, 20 subs, something like that.
20 subs.
No, I think that was when we were at like. No, we were like 1 or 200.
Really?
But still, yeah, 20K is his main channel. He still has 2 other channels. Yeah, and he's written multiple books, and he's releasing his own TTRPG game module that was way overfunded on Kickstarter. Not in a bad way, but like they destroyed the minimum.
But yeah, being on his podcast was a great experience. That really helped our channel too. It really bumped us up a bit, and I always will appreciate that. Other than that, I'd say a lot of the projects, like I'd say playthroughs, like the Divinity one, that was fun to do. Any other projects that do like the montages, I always enjoy making those. The music videos, when we started doing that, those are always fun.
He's thinking.
I don't know. That's really all I got. The Guardboro one's probably the one that sticks out the most.
Quick add-on to that. I was also a fan of a Freeman or not, so I was so pissed when I had to miss that episode.
Oh, the Freeman was
You guys were fucking hilarious on there. I was wheezing. Airport security got called. That was in the other podcast as well. That was a whole ordeal.
He called somebody Johnny Sins looking.
The Freeman.
I said that to a security guard, which probably a stupid idea.
I watched some of Freeman's videos, and the fact that I was actually sitting there talking to the man was absolutely fucking surreal. But it was like, this man's in the airport. I'm a degenerate. He's a degenerate. Garbro's a degenerate. A Freeman is a fucking degenerate. And
It's a riot.
He starts making fun of James, and I'm like, wow. This guy's getting torn a new ass right in front of us, live on TV.
All right.
So it was fucking great. So shout out to Garbro and all of them. Garbro, if you ever need guests on, I know you've been running solo in your streams, but we're still here. We're still down. We're still ready. My body is ready.
You know, I would love to try to get him onto our podcast sometime. Just maybe a shot in the dark. So that'd be awesome.
Only time will tell, right?
Only time will tell.
I think that would require him to get VR chat first.
He has VR chat. He told stories about VR chat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look at that. Step one done. Hold on, I gotta shift my chair because I shifted
Like
my
I
person.
said, shot in the dark.
Mhm.
Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Who knows?
How about this? Don't be negative, and maybe it can happen.
I mean, Mikey's shot in the dark got us onto the podcast in the first place, so that was awesome.
Exactly. See, and I love Guard. And again, if we can't ever work with him again, I'm so down and willing. Guard, love you, brother. Shout out to you. All right, my favorite memories thus far is actually two that stand out the most. Um, Honestly, one of my favorite recordings was the tavern talk that Mikey and I did. The two working men walking to a bar.
Oh my god, that was a
It's
good
one.
one.
It's one of our most viewed tavern talks. Plus, I got to be a chibi raccoon, which is, you know how I am. But that's one of our most viewed tavern talks. Plus, for those that know, I was a bouncer at possibly the worst strip club ever, and it kind of felt nice to have a time and a place to actually talk about some of my experiences there because it was so it was crazy. I could do an entire series alone of the shit that's gone down there. Do you guys ever want to hear abhorrent strip club stories? Let me know down below, I guess. But why do I feel like I keep shifting and moving? Am I shifting and moving? Are you?
Kinda.
Okay. Well, we're here now. Technical issues. We were talking about that earlier. But my second one will always be the first time. I still remember it like it was yesterday when Brandon posted. Not that Brandon's over here. When Brandon posted in the chat that somebody wanted to collab with us, and that term collab
Oh.
stuck out to me. And I'm like, wait, what? Collab? What is this collab? Collab. That's the word that means somebody wants to work with us.
Actually, if can I add something? I think the one thing that actually did stick out to me, and I don't know why it didn't even cross my mind. I think it's because I just got used to having them on at this point. But every time we got someone that wanting to do a collab with us, whether it's Ghost, Table, Arbiter, I was always so happy because that just made me think, wow, these people of all podcasts want to be on ours. They want to
You
be
legit
on
just ripped my
us.
thunder out of my fucking hands. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that's what stuck out to me is like when you first said somebody wants to collab, and I was like, okay, well, who's the schmo that wants to work with us? And I just see the term ghost.midi.
He goes down. Yeah, he was the first, wasn't he?
Yep. I'm like, I don't know who this fool is, but you know, if he's cool, let's fucking do something. And now we can see how well that went. We've had him on five times, along with his other cohorts. Which again, Lazy, Arbiter, Ghost, you guys have an open invitation to come on whenever you fucking want to. Lazy, I want you to come back, please. Please.
Mostly, he wants you on because your voice is like audio chocolate, but
It is like lotion for the ears, okay, dude? Like soothing. But you're also an interesting dude. I want to get to know you more because, again, I like talking to you guys that are into avid creation, and so please come back. I want to talk to you more. And if you want to bring on the rest of the fellers, bring them on. We'll have another rousing podcast episode that, well, we might have to censor Ghost again and again.
hey, this last one we didn't have to.
We don't know if we didn't have to because it was just us.
Well, I think it's still fine. Nothing has happened, and I don't think what he said was all that controversial. So I think we're fine.
This time.
All we know is if in a week's time, Lazy, Arbiter, and Ghost are out of a job, we'll know why it happened here. But yeah, so that's one of my fondest memories because it just started steamrolling into collabing with Arbiter and Lazy and all three of them at one time. And Warfels and Table. I like, how you guys doing? Come back and we'll have some more conversations. And Table, get the man his fucking goldfish. Did you get him his goldfish? Come on. Yeah, working with like Warfuls and Tables, West Place. Shout out to West Place, Dirtle from Dirtle Kingdom. You already know that's the brother, and even Choppa, who's just one of your friends
Oh,
whom we
yeah.
don't know. I'm like, dude, people are actually wanting to come onto this show and hang out.
Well, he's got a way bigger Twitch streaming than we have on YouTube, or Twitch following than we have on YouTube.
Well, I didn't know that. All I just knew about him is he's a cosplayer and he's one of your friends.
Yeah, he stepped down to our level. So did Kit Kiba, and they're good people. I'm glad that we got to work with them.
It's because of him that for the bar that I go to on weekends, they're having what's called an adult prom night. But what they don't know is adult could be termed two different ways. So they're expecting people to show up in like tuxedos and dresses. It's shipping to my house now. I plan on wearing the same Virgin Killer sweater that he wore to that convention.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Editor, can we clip this and send it to him? He should know.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
This is going to be the clip that we're going to use to advertise for the shorts and the TikTok.
Yep.
I'm going to be wearing the Virgin Killer. Because I'm not actually a cat girl. I'm a 6'5" man. So have that image in your head, internet. But yeah, and I wish we could have had more time with his girlfriend. But again, internet problems, you cutting out. It's like it wasn't meant to be. But I would love to have them both on. I think it'd be an interesting conversation. That like, especially if Frazier can get away, and then you guys are just swapping convention stories back and forth. I think that'd be fucking tight.
Only time will tell. All I can do is reach out and see what happens because they're close, but they're not that close. It's still like a good 2 hour and some change drive for when we actually want to IRL convene.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure something out.
All right.
There's another group with that we need to.
I was just about to bring up Benny and Jose.
Yeah, go ahead. We need to freaking convene with those guys again, especially since they got their YouTube channel going now. Finally,
Save progress.
Save progress.
Yeah, and I want them back on again because like we only had Jose on for the podcast. Benny hasn't been on a podcast.
Oh my
Or
god!
do I have him switched around?
Benny would be a character to have on here. Oh my!
Oh, he's a fucking handful. I love him. That dude is a handful.
For those that have watched the Cards Against Humanity, not Cards Against Humanity, the Uno video, those two were placed next to each other, and it's just Benny begging Jose, like, dude, stop +4ing me. I know you have it. Don't do it. Gets +4'd. God damn it. And Jose's just like, I'm just trying to help you out, bro.
Those two are characters, and we should be able to get a hold of them easier now. They finally started consistently streaming every Friday at 7 or Friday at 6. Catch them on YouTube. But now that we know they're one workday for YouTube, I think we could schedule something a lot easier than we did before, where we had to guess.
Because this way they can do the same thing that Dural does, where they stream while we record.
Maybe. I was hoping we would be able to stream snipe them last night, but we couldn't end up in the same lobby, which is unfortunate. They were playing Hunt.
Oh shit! They were. Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was hoping. I was checking. I'm like, nope, they're not on this map. Damn it.
Then you missed us by mere seconds from when I left my house. Like we got off the game. I come out. I'm about to go hop in the shower, and then I have a Discord message saying, "Did I just miss everybody?" And I missed Xbox Live party invite from you. I'm like, dude, I literally just got off. Shit.
Yeah,
it happens. We hit 2 accidents that caused major traffic, and we had to stop and get Wendy's. So we were home late yesterday.
Woof.
yeah.
And the Wendy's.
That's fine. We ended up playing Hunt for like 2 hours or something like that.
Not Hunt.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours, Brandon.
Yeah,
we were going
3
for
hours,
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you hopped on with him after I left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
that's how we would have stream sniped them. They were playing Hunt. We were also on the hunt.
For them.
Poison rounds, a long rifle, and a bad attitude. We were ready to win.
We're ready for
Yeah.
war.
We had some good games.
We had some solid games last night. Although I felt like in a lot of games I was getting 3v1'd and that was not fun.
Hey, it happens. Hunt things, you know.
I was a human bullseye, dude. I stepped out of a path or into a path. Well, there they are, north, south, and I'm fucking on top of me, I guess.
Hey,
North, south, and magnetic north. They're above me.
I dropped my hand.
I think making the move from console hunt to PC hunt has been amazing. Not only do I love it, but hunt on PC, you got some players, you got some gamers, because that's where a pixel can just pop up and your head's gone.
Yep.
Yep,
So
I would know that happens to me every time.
You gotta be careful with some of these PC players.
Meanwhile, Siege is somehow sneaking up on him with a fucking bayonet. Don't know how that works.
Bayonet and flechettes.
Yeah, that's what he was using last night.
Yeah, because I remember that freaking fight. I killed the guy that was in the tower, the second story window, and Adrian was shooting his teammate. His teammate backed up into that tower where I killed the other player. And Siege runs in after him. I'm covering the window, and all he hears is, "We're chasing each other with bayonets in the circle. I got him. Fuck that guy."
Our neighbors have to be so concerned. The shit they're hearing at midnight.
Trust me, my neighbors. Luckily, my neighbors are cool because I like. Obviously, you guys can't see the inside of my house right now, but directly behind my desk and my PC monitors are two windows. One of them is technically open because it has my AC unit in, and the other one, even though it's closed, you can still hear absolutely everything. I'll hear them talking on their back patio, and so that tells me, especially in the dead of night, I know they hear everything coming out of my mouth. There's been many stares. The most recent one is the mailman put their mail into my mailbox, and so I had to go bring it to them. And then just the look on my neighbor's face of just like, you say some weird shit. I just want you to know that. Because for some reason, well, these guys know, so I'll tell you guys. I have a girlfriend. Yes, she's real. But she wanted to know about some of our content. So I'm sitting here scrolling through all of our shit, trying to see what I can send her that's the most tame, but shows us who we are as a channel. So blasting through my TV is the DJ is a Mess compilation. And my neighbor hears through my TV, my crunchy ass razor voice going, "Zombie Philly cheesesteak looking head ass. I want to spread sauerkraut on his ass cheeks."
Yeah, you say some out of pocket shit, bud.
I want to put that on a shirt.
So I'm handing my neighbor my mail, and he just goes, "Sauerkraut? Really? Sauerkraut?" I'm like, "Oh, you heard that? Oh, God. I want death. I choose death." But those are the videos I sent her. She's the most recent subscriber, hence why we have 771 now. Hi. But yeah, and she knows that I'm a girl in this game too. So don't go ahead and be like, "Oh, who in the hell?" But doubling back, anniversary, 2 years of all of this. Now, ending. Well, not ending. We still have like 20 minutes, but at least 20 minutes. But now I want to say moving forward. We talked about where we came from a simple low-res fireplace to our own world.
Thank you,
now I want to Yeah, thank you, Dad. By the way, can you unlock the stairs so we don't have to spam jump to go up them, please? Thank you. Thanks, Dad. I like your crown. But now I want to talk about moving forward. Where we go from here? What are we going to keep doing? Any goals that we want to set in place? Any videos or video ideas that we want to try to do? I know I keep on saying I want to do Cards Against Humanity and Uno. I just really love those games because I don't have to deal with people in real life because that's how you get a vase thrown at you if you plus 4 me in Uno in real life. Okay. So, who would like to start?
What are we doing?
Fucking Mikey.
Now we're starting with you.
Yeah.
Just off of pure sheer principle.
Stuff
Where
we're
we
doing
going?
moving forward, correct?
Yeah, moving forward, what would you want to do? What would you like to do? What could you potentially see us doing? Any ideas that you have cooking in the old brainness?
I'm going to tell you what I need to do is actually start recording and editing, as I don't really do that. I need to start that. I been a bit of a freeloader sometimes. So that is priority one. What I want to do, I wouldn't mind getting into some more table stuff. Tabletop stuff on the channel. Whew. Almost swallowed my gum. I'm big into D&D. I'm big into board games. I want to do some more of that stuff, kind of bring it in, because we do talk about it. We do reference it. It does come up every now. I would love to do some stuff like that with you guys. A really big project I would like to get going. I actually need to get a better camera because the one I've been trying to use for like 4 weeks isn't going to cut it. So I'm on part of a Lemon racing team. Quick explanation. The Le Mans is a legendary, well-respected 24-hour endurance race. The Lemons is the antithesis of that. It is a 24-hour endurance race. You're allowed a $500 rust bucket. You're allowed to spend more than that on safety, but the cost of the car and the cost of the repairs have to be $500 whole dollars. There's a certain game you can play to increase your budget, but it's very, very minimal. And I've gone to my first one, and I found out the competition is gnarly. I thought we were going to have a shitty little joke track so we can get our experience in our rust buckets and be safe. They said, nope, we're going to put you on a 5-mile IndyCar track that is for professional drivers. I thought it was going to be 10, 20 cars in the heat. Nope, we're running all 65 cars on the track at the same exact time. Oh, yeah. I thought there was going to be like a crash course. The training and safety class is done in about 15 minutes.
So there's going to be a crash, just not a crash course.
We were there. There was one, and it was so there's different flagging systems. If you have yellow or red, your things are going to get slowed down or stopped, but the race continues for the most part. A black flag is a real problem, like a car flipped or something's on fire or something like that. We went to one of these races. We made it through the whole thing. Not a single black flag was waved at all. Everyone's very professional. Everyone's very safe. It is a race, but everyone's being super legit. With the exception of you'll see a Pinto doing 90 miles an hour with a 3-foot-tall Furby duct tape to the roof. That is a real-ass car that was in the race. I just knocked my phone over.
You didn't catch a break today.
I'm having a day. So I am very excited. I want to do a video of where we bought our rust bucket, the condition it was in, us building it up, and then eventually us racing it, because we're car guys. We take a lot of passion in what we do, and when we started this, it was very much kind of a joke meme thing. Now that we're getting there, my knuckles are itching. I'm ready to just absolutely grip this wheel and go fight for my life out on the track. It is going to be a Mad Max-esque ride, and I'm so excited for it. Deej, it's a '97 Jeep Cherokee on a professional level IndyCar track. It's not going to be easy, not by any means.
I swear to God, if you die, I will kill you.
No, that's what the roll cage is for. I got a safety suit, a 5-point harness, a helmet, and a roll cage. Safety is very important. They're serious. But we're going to be driving for 2 hours at a time, no AC, in the sun, completely wrapped up in fire retardant suits and steel.
Oh, you're going to lose
It's
some
an
pounds
endurance
off
race.
of just sweat.
I could use it, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it. This is legit. This is legit racing, and I would like to capture it and share it with people, because I'm sure a lot of our subscribers know I'm a car guy. That's what I do. I would love to make a more legit version of content for people to enjoy, honestly, other than the shit post.
Honestly, what
Sorry.
one of my buddies does, he works for this racing team, and at this like little raceway where I live, and he goes live on Facebook with a I think it's just his cell phone or GoPro mounted to the dashboard, and he just live streams him racing from inside the actual car.
Mhm.
So maybe something like that, or having
Yeah,
somebody film you racing in circles.
well, the plan is to dash mount GoPro or helmet mount. We'll see what fits better and what fits safer.
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds fucking dope though.
Super fun.
And for those that are finding this interesting, I just want you to know, please go into this with absolute safety in fucking mind. As much as this man's hobby is a fun hobby, to a degree, sometimes an expensive hobby, everybody needs to be safe. Nobody needs to go home in a wheelchair.
Seen it happen. Terrifying.
That's why I can't go to where my buddies race, because I've seen one of them get into a car wreck, and I was just like, God, please don't be dead. Luckily, he wasn't. He was just like, now I gotta buy another car.
Yeah, no. That's the thing. When you're in the culture and in the hobby, you get it. And eventually you'll get to the point where you either are old enough to say, I can't do this anymore, or I shouldn't do this anymore.
Mhm.
And it can be completely nerve-wracking seeing somebody speed wobble at 250 miles an hour. I get it. I 100% get it. That's why our car tops out at 90, and we're staying in our speed bracket.
Yeah, all that sounds fucking dope, but I would love to watch you and the rest of your crew just like race in a circle. Although that one video that you uploaded,
You just not a
Where-
circle.
I just like to say circle because that's all I associate. Well, outside of F1, racing with is always going around in a circle.
It is not. This has hill climbs, 60-degree banks, dives,
Oh, like rally.
and it's if you. I have a picture of the course. I'll send it to you. But for anybody curious, look up Thunder Hill Raceway in California. You'll see this is a legit track, and yes, it's the full track, not the partial.
All right.
All right, go to Brandon. I'm gonna start looking up evidence.
Because all that sounds fun. I would love to watch like racing content. Although, like I was saying beforehand, just don't have happen where that one video they uploaded where it was something happened to your guys' Jeep and you were waiting on a flatbed to come pick you up.
Yeah, it was a $500 Jeep. You think it was gonna get all the way home?
I mean, does it run on hopes and prayers?
Okay, let me rephrase that. It ran, but it had no power steering, no water pump, no alternator because the belt broke.
Oh man.
It runs good now. At least I hope it does. Joey took it to Davis a few days ago, and I haven't seen him back, so I'm assuming it's running.
Let's fucking hope so. All right,
A couple of towns away.
So then we shift over to Brandon. Moving forward from this point on, like, what would you like to see? What would you want? What would you want to do? Any other projects? I know one of them you're gonna say is the Brotage. I know I keep forgetting to record my shit. That's my fault.
Deej.
Yeah, Deej, come on, man. You're holding out on me, damn it.
Damn, damn.
That'll
Other than
hit
that-
more clips. I don't know.
No, I have, like I said, I have the clips. I just keep forgetting to sit down and record when I have a day off of work. Because I work odd, long hours, and when I do have a day off, I'm like, I'm not leaving this fucking bed.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so
totally
that's
understandable. But other than the Brotage, and honestly, for one thing, I'm excited to see what kind of things that Mikey records and all that stuff. Because if he starts recording on his OBS, I want to see what kind of projects he does, whether it's playthroughs or whatever. Because I know for a while he said he wants to record his own stuff, like especially when I started putting out my montages and stuff. He's like, I kind of want to do my own thing too, but he still hasn't done it yet.
I have the craptage on TikTok.
I mean, yeah, that too. Other than like the car stuff, which is awesome, I love that you're going into like bringing your own passion into this because bringing up that car stuff, I think it's awesome. It brings a variety to the channel, brings some real life aspects to this,
Oh shit!
especially with that convention video. Oh, that was awesome.
Dude, that was so fun to make. I was nervous as all hell going into it because I can be social. I'm not the best at it, but those are some of the coolest people I ever met. Even the people who were like, "Hey, I'm not interested" or "I can't do it." 95% of them were just super chill and they're very respectful. It was like, "Oh, hey, we're busy," or maybe another time, or "Hey, let me throw you a follow and see if we could reconvene for a later date." The
All I
one
gotta
person who was
say,
a dick was tired. You can see
tired.
it on his face. This man had con fatigue. He didn't eat. He was exhausted.
So it's like, I get it. You're tired.
I get it.
I get it. Although I will say, in the future, maybe try to at least explain, hey, maybe leave some accusations or convert.
Bro, that was a furry. That was your people, man.
I'm just
tried to
saying, that
say
was
keep it family friendly.
controversial.
We're trying to get monetized. I said that specifically. That was your folks. I'm gonna need you to calm them down.
I'm
But the
just
way she was
saying,
she was very excitable though.
she was excitable, but like, I'm just saying, just try to keep it on a professional
Also,
level.
emotions were a little high. She did just get hit with a PVC pipe like 10 minutes before that.
True.
Yeah, that's a long story behind that one. But like the fact that she was just still through all that, just like, I'm happy. Cons do things for you, man. But con fatigue is absolutely a thing for those that do go to conventions. You understand what that means. For those that haven't been to a convention and you're thinking about it, always carry water and a granola bar on you because you will get hangry and thirsty. And especially you wear extensive cosplays, you don't want to be falling over in them because that probably costs a lot of money to make and it'll take 3 seconds to destroy it. I would know. Huh.
He was in the Red Hood's full leather armor, so that boy was cooking.
Oh yeah.
He was. Oh, I
Ooh.
felt for him. I wasn't even upset.
So other than that, other than just looking forward to what Mikey decides to do, personally, other than just music videos that I am just enjoying making, I am loving doing these montages. That's just a passion project. Who knows if it'll be on COD in the future? It might be on other games later on, but we'll see. Maybe just trying to stream a little bit more often, probably more playthroughs, stuff like that. I'm looking into getting a VTubing model of my character, so I'll be able to just have that instead of just watching just gameplay on the stream and have a little character on the side or whatever.
Yo,
So
we winning him over, dude. She's a VTuber now.
I mean, you already have the mom who made your who made your character. Now you just need to find a dad who will rig it.
no, that file is gone. The person that made this avatar, and that 2-week period where I was gone, they stopped making avatars, and they're just doing art now. And they stopped, and they like, I think she said she stopped paying the subscription for something, and that file was in that cloud storage, and it's gone now. So there's no file. So this avatar, technically, without VRChat, would not exist. But that also means that I cannot add or edit anything onto this, so I need to get another avatar done. And this time I'm going to ask the person for the file, as well as, having them rig it for VTubing, because I don't want to make that
rigging,
mistake again.
Yeah, rigging is gonna be the pain in the ass, because it always is.
Because I was under the impression they weren't gonna stop, and I could have just go to them and ask for something else in the future, but they stopped. So yeah, I need to have someone else make another avatar, and hopefully they are reasonable with the price, because this last one was pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. For me, for the future for what I'm looking forward to is still doing stuff in VR, because even though I haven't been getting on VR nearly as much, I still love what I do, and I have so much fun when I do. I too am also at some point gonna want to get a model made. Yes, for spoiler alert, I'm gonna go with a girl model because I fucking can. Sue me. I'd give you the middle finger if I could. But I don't want to say going forward what I'm looking forward to, because ultimately at the end of the day I just want to sit down and hang out with you guys. But if I could say I'm looking forward to anything, is like we're already at 770 subs. I honestly think we could hit a K in like another, well, by the end of the year.
I think
Give
we
me 2
can,
months. So give me 2 months.
Yeah, that fucking car video really blew our channel up with subscribers. I'll give you that. That thing's view counts stupid.
Yo, shout out to Bunny Girl Senpai. You're a gangster.
But other than that, I don't want to say I'm like wanting to look forward to other things, because at the end of the day, I'm just here having fun with you guys, and then I still have some solo maps, like horror maps that I got to do, that I got to upload to the channel. But once again, it's just one of those. I just have to sit down and do it, and I still have to record my stuff for the brotage. And one of the other things that we're going to be hopefully including, whether it be in this podcast somewhere or in a like a little separate side video, maybe a short, I don't know. Some of the arm, get back here. Some of the BTS that you guys don't get to see, like the behind the scenes of like setting up these recordings. Just we were just doing it earlier today. Well, when we were needing to set up and start recording for this podcast, we were in another world, literally roller skating to music, and we decided we're gonna start filming this, and we're gonna show it to you guys, just so you can see. Like, when we say we're just a bunch of dumb idiots, you're gonna see just a bunch of dumb idiots being dumb idiots, and so hopefully you guys will enjoy that, because we thoroughly enjoy doing it. It isn't until Mikey goes, "Oh, my headset's already down 8% battery, and it's only been 5 minutes," that we're like, "Shit."
I think it was that world, because now I'm chilling.
Do you think the new Orb World might be a little too demanding?
That, or I gotta adjust my settings, because I
Fair
have the graphics cranked.
I don't. I have everything set to low.
I live life on the edge.
I would set everything to high. Like, maybe for the horror maps, I might set everything to high, but after my attempted recording at Atomic Heart, I'm like, okay, no, everything is going back to low.
Atomic Heart is super demanding. There's a big difference between Atomic Heart and VR chat.
Yeah, that's true. But even then, that man had some problems where he would have his graphics too high.
Yeah, but that was also before then. I get more frames with this headset now than I did with the Quest.
Yeah, he did the big upgrade.
Like,
yep.
Some worlds that I would average 40 frames, now I can go to up to 60.
I'm still rocking my Quest. I love her. I love you, so please last as long as humanly fucking possible, because you might be the last one.
And
no, I'll probably get the Quest.
Mine lasted technically 2 years. I've had for 4, but it only really got used the last 2. So
I think this is like my favorite upgrade to content creation thing is this headset. Like,
VR is awesome, bro.
Like, I love this for those that know. Well, actually, no, nobody knows, because it's not out yet. We have a video coming out where we're all talking about our 3 top favorite worlds, and then the ultimate world for a top 10 countdown. Some of these worlds that I've been to, and wearing this headset, I'm like, I feel like I'm in a whole new space, but I'm just in my house. It's crazy. So this is my, like, when it comes to content creation, this is my favorite thing right here. You can't see it right now, but I'm wearing a headset. And I think it's amazing and it's cool and it's upped our game up so much. So when this man here first introduced us to VR chat and wanted to record in it, I was like, "There's no way this is gonna work." Who'd have thunk it? Here we are, killing it, killing the game. Got our name over there. Got our name over there. And again, I'm still having so much fun with this. And you're having fun too?
Oh, definitely. I love this shit.
And you're having fun too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. VR is stupid fun. I don't know why you ever doubted it. We have a virtual studio.
It's just, again, revolving all the way back to the beginning. This all started in an Xbox Live party. All started in an Xbox Live party with a party of 5 idiots playing Rainbow Six Siege. And it turned into this. It's...
Whoa.
Whoa.
Still 5 idiots.
Still 5 idiots. It's just now it's not in an Xbox Live party. It's in our own world. Like our name is right. But as soon as my hands want to work, pardon me, our name is right there. Like that's us. And then that can behind us is a company that actually wants to work with us.
Oh yeah, that one.
That is crazy to think about. In the time span of 2 years, which to some people might seem like forever, to me it felt like last week. And I think that this is absolutely fantastic. I love the direction that we're going, and I don't want us to stop. And hopefully, you guys don't want us to stop either, because we got some more. We got some more logged in for you guys. Before this gets a little too emotional, I believe it is about that time.
Yeah,
unless you guys have anything you want to say real quick.
Other than just thank you for those amazing 2 years. I mean, hell, it doesn't feel like 2 years, just like you said. And I've had a lot of fun. This has been the best part of my life for the last 2 years. I cannot say how much I enjoy this any more than I can right now. It's just hard to put into words. I love this. It's my passion, and I enjoy it mainly because I'm doing it with my friends.
And then, Meeting Green, anything you want to say to the folks?
Something dark side.
You're a fucking
I don't know
idiot.
why. I don't know why that's what my brain went. How was my Palpatine though?
You eat.
Do it.
Honestly, I've enjoyed the hell out of this. The time has just flown by. I'm always excited to be working on, planning, or just enjoying the stuff we've been able to make. It's always fun when you can sit back on your downtime, you unwind for a few minutes, and just be able to like genuinely enjoy and laugh at something. I always get where content creators come from when they say, "Oh, I don't like my early content. It was so cringe." Life's cringe. You got to start somewhere. You got to learn, enjoy it, laugh, grow, and move on. Like right now, let's just play the game where we did get 10 times growth, and we're sitting happy in a different place in 2 years. I would still watch Rainbow Six Siege every time. That shit makes me laugh so hard.
Oh yeah, that video's classic in my eyes.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
They're in that room. It was madness.
Stop shooting!
LFG!
See, it's good comedy. It's just good entertainment. I'm so happy to have been a part of it.
You fucking piece of shit, Dravo.
I forgot about that. He was so pissed.
Randy, bro. It was Andy, bro.
I want us to do another recording of Rainbow Six Siege, but we have to get the crew on to make it happen.
Oh,
well, they all live in different time zones too now, so we might have to change it up a bit.
I was gonna say I haven't seen Andy in ages, bro.
He got a new job and he's working 6/12s.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah, man's putting in hours.
That tax return is going to be nice, though. Hopefully.
And then the other furry had to fly out of state to go to training for a couple weeks. So
Yep.
we'll get everybody when we get everybody.
Are you saying that as a joke or is that real?
No, Nate.
I know, Nate.
It's Midnight Wolf. What do you think is? You can't tell me you rock a name like Midnight Wolf and you're not a furry.
I've seen it just because it's edgy. And he gives me the impression he'd do it just because it's edgy.
Nope, he is. He is. He's absolutely.
It's my canon. He's a furry in disguise.
My canon.
Like, he won't tell you until he knows you. But he did mention that he wouldn't mind being dominated by centaurs.
By what?
Wasn't it centaurs that he wouldn't mind getting pegged by?
Oh, the centaur girls? No, I think that was his cousin.
Oh.
Oh, you're about to just say some slander on our boy Nate.
Well, somebody
think
said
that
they
was-
wouldn't mind. Somebody said
Yeah,
they
I think
wouldn't
that
mind
was his
being dominated
cousin.
by centaurs.
Because remember, that's the same guy who was like, well, you can say whatever she's want, but she's finger popping my ass.
Happy 2 years. We now moved to pegging and finger banging. Let's go.
Sorry.
Is
I
this,
didn't
what
want
you,
us to come to this.
is this what you guys watch us for? Because the slow devolve into sheer degeneracy?
It started out with some cringe. How did it end up like this? It was
Just
only
even
some
more
cringe.
It was only a centaur.
It was only one monster girl. And how it spiraled out of control.
God, you have sex with one Wendigo, and now the internet just wants to come in on you.
You in the wrong Discord server if you want to be talking about that. It's called Valhalla Hill. You should check it out.
Levy guard.
bro. See, this is what we're talking about. Is like, this is just some of the shit that we would get up to in Xbox Live parties where we're just saying shit, and that's why a lot of our content, when you think like these guys just have a natural flow, we don't. Nothing you see when we're playing is scripted. It's just our raw, natural reactions and things that we're saying to each other as friends, not as content creators. And that's what I think makes us more unique. Because, and I've said this before, we're not putting ourselves in a box where we have to play this game or we have to play these games because these are the ones with the highest CPM rating. No disrespect to those that do, but that's how you start falling out of love for content creation, and then you get that content burnout because you put yourself in a very small box. A nice box, but a small one.
Yeah, we like variety. We like to do what we want.
And so yeah, there's some videos where it's like, okay, we got a couple hundred views on this one, or this video only got like 40 views. It's those 40 people that were like, you know what, I like what they're doing, and I'm going to watch it. So thank you, and I love all of you. I think all of you are fucking fantastic. Whether you are here because you like hearing DJ dress up like a girl and say stupid shit, or you're one of the car guys that Mikey has encapsulated your heart with. Or if you are a fan of Mr. Dragon's Call of Duty series here, or his Resident Evil series, which you should absolutely fucking check out, because A, Resident Evil, and B, him, and C, Leon Kennedy. God, he's hot. Anyway,
Oh.
See, don't back that stupid shit. Maybe you're just a fan of me and the fact that I say dumb shit. Whether you're a fan of us three right here, the guy who either comes in as Sonic or something from Bleach, Frasier, or if you're part of the I'm a Gecko guild. From all five of us, we just want to say thank you guys for 2 awesome years. And then for me personally, I just want to say that it is outro time! It is that time of the evening. Episode 51. 2 years of NoSkill Entertainment. What a ride. What a journey. And I couldn't be happier to do this NoSkill thing with my bros right here. So, fellas, thank you, and thank you for hanging out, and especially this one for making everything possible, for coming through with the early recordings and everything. Sorry for the crunchy mics. If you ever want to go back and rewatch some of our old content, whether it be Rainbow Six Siege or Need for Family, the Need for Speed video that they did, Sorry for the crunchy mics in advance. Okay. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Again, 770 of you, and we're growing still, and we're not done. And so we just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us. Closing thoughts, closing statements, either of you?
Welcome to Dirto Kingdom. I love you.
Love you.
We are NoSkill Entertainment, and this has been 2 years of cringe.
Yeah.
2 years of cringe, 2 years of fun, 2 years, 2 long years of growing such an amazing community. And once again, we've listed them all before, but shout out to all the special guests that we've had. And I can't wait to do more work with everybody. Thank you to Dubby for hanging out with us. The fact that we actually got a partnership in this short amount of time is absolutely crazy. So thank you for being there with us along this journey. And anybody else that wants to work with us, you don't mind a slight brand risk, hit us up.
So, a slight one.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is that time. We have come to a close on this episode of the NoSkill podcast. Thank you guys for 2 amazing years, and we look forward to doing this next year and the year after that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, ashitemasu, matane, goodbye. We will see you in the next one.